In this video, I'll uncover the worst cardio mistakes that actually slow your weight loss. It's that time of year where a lot of people are hitting the gym, they're doing that cardio because they want to lose some weight. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? I mean, if you want to lose weight, you go to the gym, you do a bunch of cardio, but for a lot of people, it just doesn't work out right. I mean, they go to the gym because they want to lose weight, cut down that belly fat, but they keep going and nothing happens. So that's where I come in to help you here. And that's why we're going to talk about the top 5 cardio mistakes that slow your weight loss. This is something that a lot of people face. A lot of people go to the gym, do cardio, and don't lose the weight they want to lose. They don't lose that belly fat. So that's why we're going to help you in this video. So stick around to the end. But before we get started, I'm Dr. Zyrowski and welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join our notification community. That way I can help you excel your health and your life. And also, if you're really serious about weight loss, what I'll do is I'll put a free download in the description below. It talks about my 5 keys to natural weight loss, right? No pills, no potions, no magic powders, just true natural ways and strategies in order to cut the belly fat off your body. So download that if you're serious about weight loss. Let's go ahead and talk about the top 5 cardio mistakes that people make. Number 1 on our list here is going to be lack of intensity. This is a really interesting one here because when I was living in the South, I went to the same gym, the same time, pretty much every single day. And I did that for about 2 years. And one of the things that I noticed is that being at the gym, same time, seeing the same people come in, do the same thing, and they never really got any results. And I thought to myself, wow, isn't that something? You know, they're coming in and they're putting in the effort, right? I mean, they put in the effort to show up, but yet when they're there, they're not actually doing something that's putting them further ahead. It's not moving the needle because they would come in and they would do low intensity workouts. Let's say they're doing a treadmill walk for 30 minutes, but they're not losing weight, they're not cutting fat. And I thought to myself, wow, like they're putting that effort in, they're not getting results. And from that point on, I thought, you know, in my own life, I was like, if I'm going to go to the gym, I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person who gets results. I don't care if I'm weightlifting. I don't care if I'm doing cardio, whatever it is. I want to make it count. If I'm going to take an hour out of my day to go to the gym, I want to get results. So every time I go to the gym, what I do is I put that effort in and I push the intensity. And so we want to make sure that you're doing the same thing, right? If you're going to the gym and you're never actually working out at an intense level, then you're not going to get results. And so it's very important to push the intensity. What does pushing the intensity look like? Let's say, you know, you're pushing the intensity a little bit every single day and it's a little bit uncomfortable, okay? If you're going there and it's just the whole workout is a comfortable thing for you, you're probably not pushing the intensity. So it's going to be a little uncomfortable. You're going to have some muscle fatigue the next day. You're going to break a little bit of a bigger sweat through your intensity. You'll know when you're pushing your intensity because you're going to feel it. But if you're going to the gym every single day and you're not pushing the intensity, you won't cut the fat. You won't get the results you want. So make sure if you're going to go there, make it count and get that intensity in. Let's talk about the second biggest thing that people do that's causing them to not get any weight loss when it comes to doing cardio. And that's different day, same workout. Now, what I want to do is kind of go back to that same conversation. Me going to the same gym for a long period of time. I would see people come in and they would jump on the treadmill, they jump on the elliptical, they do their 30 minutes. They would do the same thing every single day and they would never change it up. Now, I get it. If you're a newbie to working out, you're a newbie to the gym, one of the top things that newbies do, and I'm sure that I've been there before, is you go and you get comfortable in a certain routine. You get comfortable with a certain piece of equipment and you get comfortable with a certain exercise at a certain pace, at a certain, I mean, you get locked in and I get it because a lot of people do like that comfort. And so when we go to the gym, we want to make sure that we're not doing that. We want to change it up, okay? It doesn't matter if you're a weightlifter, if you are a runner, whatever you are, you want to make sure you are switching it up. Now, how can you switch it up if you're someone who is doing a lot of cardio? Well, one day you can come in, you can go on the stair stepper. Another day you can go on the bike. The next day you can go on the elliptical. The day after that, you can do some endurance running on the treadmill. And then the day after that, you can do some high intensity interval training and you can do it in the form of push-ups and squats and lunges and chest workouts. I mean, you can go and switch it up. And it's so important because if you're going to the gym and you're working out the same muscles time and time again, and you're doing the same type of workout, you're just not going to get results. You want to be able to activate all the different muscle groups in the body. And that's how you're going to really cut some of that weight off, cut down on that belly fat. So if you go to the gym, be sure to not jump on the same piece of equipment. I get it. It's a comfort thing for a lot of people, but on the same hand, you don't want to do that if you want to get results. It's so important to activate all the different muscle groups on your body, and that's how you're truly going to start burning some of that fat. Next here is calorie intake issues. This is a big thing, and I can kind of give you my own personal story with this. So I've done a lot of different races. I've done Spartan races, I've done triathlons, I've done numerous 5Ks, 10Ks, that kind of thing. And one of the things I struggled with is on the days where I was going and doing this really intense cardio, I needed a lot of calories. I would actually wake up in the middle of the night hungry a lot of times because I wasn't eating enough calories. And it was hard for me to eat enough calories during that time. But then one of the things that happened is, well, the days I wasn't doing that, guess what? You get used to eating at a certain level. And as a matter of fact, when I stopped training altogether because the race was over with, I really had a hard time with eating at a very high level. And so what I had to do is understand my calorie intake and then take it down a notch. Now, the same thing happens for a lot of people who are going and adding in a whole bunch of cardio at the gym. Well, they think to themselves, well, first of all, I'm doing all this cardio so I can eat more, but on the same hand, maybe you actually require some more. And so when you start adding in all these different calories, you have to understand there's a good chance that you're going to be overeating. And then you can get on this vicious cycle where you're overeating and then you're trying to get better results with weight loss. So you're working harder and then you're eating more. So we really have to understand what our proper calorie intake is. And when we talk about even calorie deficits, for instance, you can use your workout to put you into that deficit. So you can eat at the same calories that you're supposed to eat at on a daily basis and then use the workout to go into the deficit. But at the end of the day, it's very important. The message I'm trying to press to you here is that you really need to watch your calorie intake when you're adding in cardio, because if you start adding in way more food because you're more hungry, because you're working harder in the gym, sweating it out, then there's a good chance you are not going to see any results at all. So pay attention to that. Monitor your calories. It's very important. Next thing here is diet quality. Now, this one is really interesting because a lot of people follow fitness gurus on Instagram and online, and I'll be honest, I do the same thing. And one of the things that's really funny to me is that you see a lot of them doing the same thing, right? Eating pizzas, going out and getting French fries and a burger with a soda, eating donuts, all that type of stuff. And the thing is that a lot of people watch that and they go, oh, okay, well, hey, I'm going to the gym, I'm working hard, I can do that too. But you have to understand, they're living a totally different life than you. For some of these people, this is all they do. They literally take pictures of themselves, spend hours at the gym, and they work out all day long. But that's not reality for you. You have a job, you have a family, you have responsibilities. And so, yes, they may be able to get away with those things because they're exercising so much and that's their life. But for you or me, that's not reality. And so if I start trying to add in pizzas and donuts and stuff like that into my daily food intake, I'm going to have a problem. And so understand that that's not a good thing. It's not even a good thing for them. I know that they're like, well, I can eat it, I can get away with it. And they kind of like to, show off a little bit and show people that they can do that. But at the end of the day, these things are still going to drive inflammation in the body. They're going to cause gut issues. They're going to cause hormone imbalances. We don't want to be eating a whole bunch of junk food. And even if you can get away with it, you don't want to be doing it. And so for you, be sure to make sure you're eating a high quality diet. Think low carb, think lots of, good whole foods, make sure that we're eating lots of leafy greens, make sure that we're cutting out the sugar, make sure that we are cutting out empty calories like sodas and sweet teas and coffees with lots of sugar. Make sure that your diet's on point while you're doing your cardio, because it's so important to make sure that you're getting proper nutrition while doing all this cardio. Now, what it comes down to is you need to follow a diet like that. And if you're worried about getting better nutrition, some of the things you can add in are things like essential amino acids, good omegas in order to support not only muscle growth, but also to support joint health. And then a good multivitamin as well is going to make sure that you're getting all the nutrients you need as you start doing cardio. But you don't need donuts and you don't need pizzas and you don't need all the junk food that you see a lot of these different fitness models going and eating. So watch out for that and check out in the description. I'll put a link to all these things I just mentioned there. Now let's talk about too much cardio. This is also a problem. It's a problem for a lot of people because, if you do more cardio, right, you're going to get more weight loss. Well, that's not necessarily the case, because what happens is it's just stress on stress. Let's say you have a little bit of a stressful job, stressful lifestyle, a little bit of stress in the family life, and then you go to the gym and you're trying to lose weight, so you're just hitting it hard, right? You're not getting enough sleep at night, but you're going to hit that gym. It doesn't matter. You're going hard because that's what you got to do to lose weight. Problem is it doesn't really work work like that. And if you have stress on stress, then you are going to actually slow weight loss. So here's what happens. There was this study they did. There were 64 men. They took a group of them and they put them in the control group. They put another group in like a moderate intensity group. And then they took another group of these guys and put it in a high intensity group. Now, the high intensity group, they were working out like every day of the week. They were working out for a longer duration. They were working out at a higher intensity than the moderate group. One of the things that was so interesting about this is that the men that were in the moderate intensity group, they're the ones who got the best results. They weren't sick as often, they didn't have as many injuries, and guess what? They actually even lost more weight, which is really incredible. So we don't have to look at cardio and think, well, more cardio equals more fat loss, because it doesn't. And I can tell you, as someone who has literally, been working out at a high level from college hockey to, just training to this day, doing a lot of different races. When you push yourself too hard, essentially you always will go backwards at some point. So for instance, if you're not someone who's really into exercise right now, and this is a new venture to you, you're going to the gym and you're doing cardio, then you're probably going to hurt yourself if you're going far too hard. And you're going to end up with things like tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, IT band syndrome. You're going to end up pulling a muscle. Something will happen, I promise you, because it's happened to me so many times. When I start going just really, really intense, I end up with an injury, and it doesn't work out anyway, because I have to take like 3-4 days off in order to get back to where I was. And so we got to be careful with that. I had this patient who was training for a marathon, and she went from 0 to 100. She got a tendonitis, something called IT band syndrome. It is a horrible feeling. I've had that before too, because I'm telling you, I've done this before, and it feels like somebody's just stabbing you in the side of the knee. And so when she came and she saw me and we were working with this issue, she thought she had a bigger knee problem, but I was like, no, this is a simple issue, but a pain in the butt to deal with. But either way, what I'm saying here is that too hard basically is going to cause injury. So we don't want to do too much cardio as well. As I said before, don't be afraid to do some heavy cardio and then pick up some weights. Pick up some weights, do some high reps. You're still going to lose weight. You're going to tone up those different areas in your body. And you want to make sure that you're kind of switching up your workouts, okay? Doing some good stretching, some good yoga, some, hitting the different equipment. That's so important. And that's how you're going to get the best results. Give this video a thumbs up and share with me in the comment section below. Don't forget, share in the comment section below what workouts you're doing. I'd love to know. And then share this video with your friends. And then check out this video. If you're serious about weight loss, you're going to want to see this video on how you can use intermittent fasting to lose weight right here. And when it comes to going and losing weight with intermittent fasting, just understand it's different for everybody.